Hello, thank you for listening. This is the near death experience of Charlie. Charlie's experience occurred on November 13th of 2013 and was documented on May 22nd of 2018, open quote. On November 10th, 2013, I had a major life-threatening heart attack. 2 days later, I was flown from a local hospital to a larger hospital. Within minutes after arrival, I recall flatlining. I also remember a lot of noise and commotion. I do not recall if my next memory was seconds or hours later. What I believe is my near-death experience is as followed. I was in a room. Everything, including the furniture, were a flat white color. To the right, there was closed door. There were 3 of us in the room. I vaguely recall being rolled into the room from the left side. I was seated in an old wooden wheelchair with a high back. I had several white pillows around me. I was positioned on the left side of the room, but not directly facing to the right side of the room, but rather I was looking to the right side of the room where the third person was seated. Behind this large desk was a man who was intimidating and very powerful. On his right hand was a very large ring. The ring had inscriptions which I do not remember, but for some reason the ring stood out as something very important. This man and the desk were in the center of the room. I do not recall anything on the desk. The third individual was seated in a chair on the right side of the room. This person looked similar to my father. When he spoke, it sounded like my father's voice. I do not recall what he said, but I do know that he and the man behind the desk were conversing. I never spoke. I recall looking back and forth at both of them. Once they completed their discussion, the man behind the desk looked at me and said, "You will be okay." I have no idea how much time passed. The next thing I remember was coming to. I was surrounded by many machines that were keeping me alive. I began looking around for the man that had been behind the desk. I recall looking at the right hands of all the male doctors to see if any of them were that man. I have never told anyone about this. Not even my wife, best friends, family, or preacher. I knew the experience was something important. I always felt that this might have been a near-death experience. This past Sunday, during the sermon, the scriptures were verses from the book of Esther. During the story, King Xerxes uses his signet ring to seal a decree. At that point, I realized the ring was a signet ring. Close quotes. Charlie, thank you for sharing that with us. First time ever. That's pretty amazing, Charlie. And gosh, what a crazy experience you had. I mean, all white rooms with a old wooden wheelchair with a high back and white pillows all around you, and some intimidating guy in the middle with a big old ring. That's crazy. All right, let's see what you say about some of these questions, Charlie. Let me see if we can find something here. Did you encounter or become aware of any deceased or alive beings? Answer: yes. One person resembled my father, who is alive today, still today. He was not present at the hospital where I was undergoing surgery. That's interesting. Question: did you seem to enter some other unearthly world? Answer: unfamiliar, strange place. A small white room with a desk and a door that was closed on the right-hand side. What emotions did you feel during the experience? Answer: I felt peaceful and was not afraid. Incredible peace and pleasantness. Question: What was your religion prior to your experience? Answer, Christian Protestant. And question, have your religious practices changed since your experience? Answer, yes. I attend church every week and volunteer at church. Same religion. And question, did your experience include features consistent with your earthly beliefs? Answer, it was consistent and inconsistent. I believe I might have been in the presence of God and or Jesus. I think the man behind the desk was God, and the person who reminded me of my Father was Jesus. Question, did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer, yes. I believe I have to help people. Constant theme, for sure. Question, did you encounter or become aware of any beings who previously lived on Earth who are described by name and religions? Answer, uncertain. A man behind a desk seemed human, but gave an aura of authority and power. The other person resembled my earthly father, who is still alive. Question, what life changes occurred in your life after your experience? Answer, moderate changes in my life. I have the urge to be giving. Question, how accurately do you remember the experience? I remember it more accurately than other life events that happened around the same time, and the experience was definitely real. End questions, end quotes. Thank you for sharing that again, Charlie. I enjoyed reading it. And thank you guys out there for listening. I hope you have a great day.